First game as a starter. Review it for us.
Yeah, I felt like, we kind of just had a lull there where, we just couldn't get anything going. They're kind of dropping everybody, just kind of checking it down. Just couldn't get in a rhythm there in the middle of the game. But I'm proud of the execution. I'm proud of the way the guys battled.
You had some good windows early.
Yes, sir. I mean, we started fast. Then we couldn't figure out, just got in a lull. I don't know what happened. Gonna have to go back, watch the film, see what happened, see what I can do better, put us in a better situation.
But Ryan kind of, in certain circumstances, was opening up the playbook a little for you. It was allowing you to push the ball downfield when you had your opportunities.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think after the first drive, I kind of earned his trust, And he came up and told me, he's like, I'm going to let you spin. And I said, I'm seeing it well right now. So I felt like I was seeing it all game. Decisive with my decisions, and I'm glad he trusted me and let me roll with whatever he called.
Let's take us through the pick at the end.
Yeah, I mean, I just saw zero. We had an option route with Kai. He broke in. I'm thinking it's catch and run. I'm just thinking he kind of got held up, and that's why the guy undercut it.
You're likely going to be in this position, especially with a big game going to BC next week. What do you take from this, not so much from the X's and O's, because you'll sit down with Coach Miller, but from a leadership perspective, knowing now that Ryan's told us that the next 4 games are all must win?
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited about the next 4 games. Like, there's no quit in this team, and I just feel like everybody on this team, from the receivers and the offense to even the defense, believe in me, and that gives me a lot of confidence. Just the whole game, throughout the whole game, when we were not driving the ball, going 2 and out, the defense still, I got your back, and I appreciate that. And then I'm going to go, do everything I can to make it right in BC.
With everything that happened today, how do you guys, like we're talking about with BC, how do you move passes to get ready for such a long trip and what now is considered a must-win game that's down the stretch?
Yeah, I mean, we just go back to work. It's like any other game. We're going to game plan. RD's going to put us in a good position to win, and we just got to go out there and execute. I think we played a little tight a little bit today, and maybe that starts with me, maybe a new quarterback. But I think we should just go play loose, let it go, and I mean, we don't got anything to lose, but go win a football game in BC.
In these situations, what are you noticing for you is either a major communication point with someone in the field? Like, what are you noticing when you're in that huddle that you need to be able to see the field, like especially the guys in front of you? Is it something in communication with the offensive line, with Sirocco or anybody else? What in particular works for you?
Yeah, I think we just go back to study and film and meet with the O-lineman a little more. I'm just trying to get used to, those guys, and they're getting used to me. I kind of move a little more than Nick does and maybe a little less than Chad does. So it's just a different quarterback back there, and I think we just need more reps together.
In the second half, it seemed like you were able to move the ball a little bit more than in the first half.
Yeah.
Do you feel like that's motivation and you can build on that for these remaining games?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think just the execution at the end of the game was good, and we just started going into our base plays and executing our base plays, and anytime we get in that 2-minute, it seems like we always execute in that 2-minute situation. It's just plays we ran a lot. We've repped the plays a ton in practice from camp, so we're just good at them,
Coach, aside from that last interception, how would you grade the overall performance of Doege tonight?
I thought he battled. I think we all want plays back, right? I wish I had some play calls back. I thought he gave us a chance to win. I mean, you look at the last play, I'm pretty certain that there was pass interference on Kai, right? Didn't have a challenge left after calling my last time out, but I just told those guys, man, great fight. We're not dead yet. I think we're obviously upset by the finish, but I think the guys understand who we are, and we took one on the chin. Now we got 4 games. We probably got to win them all 4, right? But I'm proud of that room. Thought they fought their butts off, and they never batted an eye. They were ready to go.
Coach, just on the note with pass interference, with the calls tonight that are being challenged, what was the explanations for some of them that made it seem questionable by either your side or the fans, etc.?
Which ones you talking about there?
The one that Montreal ended up challenging later in the game.
Yeah, I didn't really get an answer from the refs there. So, it happens, right? So, we don't have no excuses. They beat us. We had an opportunity to win that game, and, I'm just proud of their effort.
How do you turn the page so quickly? Because obviously there's a long trip out west for next Friday night in the game against BC. When you guys usually link up, a lot of exciting stuff happens. But how do you just keep that momentum going forward? Like you said, the last 4 games probably all going to be must-wins. how do you handle going into an environment like that with the travel that's at hand as well?
Well, it's going to be tough, right? I told those guys in my breakdown, let's go to BC and find a way. I thought going to BC last year kind of changed our season, right? So I had a message to those guys, especially the guys that are around from last year, kind of understood where I was going with that one. So, it gets the wall a little bit, but it doesn't mean we can't get it done, right? And then let's go find a way to play some good football towards the end and find a way to get in the playoffs. And, I thought those guys fought hard, especially defense, thought they gave us a chance. And, Mickey with the special teams, right, when with the onside kick we thought we had, I said, let's go, Mick, let's do it. And I thought that probably would have changed the game as well. But, it's tough, man. We were right there in field goal range at the end. Every game comes down the wire, it seems like all of our games. But, again, proud of that effort by our group.
Coach, how do you establish a run game for these next 4 crucial games?
Yeah, it was tough. Like we try to get it going, and then we call one run the opposite direction, and then we're stuck in the second long. We try to run the ball at the end of the game to get in field goal range. We got to find a way, right? I mean, we've kind of got it going the last few weeks. We sure as heck didn't tonight.
Ryan, thoughts on Jarret's second CFL start tonight overall?
Well, I think, just like any young kid, right? You're not going to play perfect. I thought the defense stepped up and gave him a chance to win the game. We'll grow from it. Myself as a play caller, too, with Jarret, and put him in a better opportunity to win football games. I thought he, handled it for the most part. Maybe talked to him a little bit too much in the headset. We'll find ways to get better. I think Jarret's a competitor. The guys rally around him. But like I said, it's going to take a full 60. It's going to take all 3 units. And you can't just count on one guy to carry you as a football club, right? It's going to take all of us.
Nope. Coach, the defense looked really good tonight. They made some improvements. They're getting to the quarterback. How important is it that you've got the 3 phases working, and you are working with a third, quarterback that wasn't your starter?
Yeah, I think the defense, answered the bell. They kind of knew they had to, step up a little bit this week, and and we got to be better on defense, going into each week. Offensively, we've had some good performances the last month. We're not at our best tonight, but one phase is not doing their, doing their deal. The next one's got to step up, but. I thought the special teams defense played outstanding. Offensive, we got to get a little bit more. But again, those guys fought their butts off, and we are down. Right, that was a tough loss, but at the same time, I think it kind of bonded us together a little bit. If that makes sense. Yeah, we're on the BC, man, and I think there's gonna be a lot of things written about us and all that stuff. Man, we're going to work, man. I can't wait to go work with this group.
Ryan, you spent a career here having a lot of success. It's almost inverted, right? Instead of coming into the Argos with success, working your way towards it, you had it immediately. You almost have the reverse. How is that affecting you? How do you think you can deal with that?
Well, I think that's why they pay me to lead this franchise. Very happy for the opportunity, right? We've done some good things my first 4 years. I think we have a great opportunity to do some good things in year 5, right? I just love going to work with that group. I told them that afterwards, right? So, very appreciative of my players, how they show up every day. I'm not the easiest to deal with from time to time, right? So, I just want to win, and that's all we're about, right? Trying to win for our owners and represent the Argos in the right way.